The clip you just saw is from the movie Glengarry Glen Ross. The movie shows the life of 4 real estate agents and how they become desperate when the corporate office sends a trainer to motivate them, and he announces that everyone except the 2 top salesmen will be fired. They have just 1 week to improve their selling skills and to close as much sales as they can. So my advice right now is to forget everything I have said until this point and just take into consideration the approach of this movie, the approach this movie has to selling. The clip first speaks about a mindset. Remember ABC. Always be closing. Closing the sale must be one of the top concerns you must have whenever you're engaging in a selling process. Even though the word closing particularly refers to closing leads, to closing sales, and it has to do, for example, with the real estate market and things like that, we're going to take the term closing and we're going to use it in a context that we can understand. We don't close sales. We actually drive conversions. So what if instead ABC being always be closing, we adjust it to our situation and we use the following statement: ABC, always be converting. So what the movie tells us, and what the main character wants of course to convey, is that converting should always be on your mind. You should always think about how to convert, how to optimize your conversions, what you can do in order to rise this conversion rate. And if you're constantly thinking about new ways and innovative ways that you can boost your conversions, you will be able to test the different ways in which you can increase this rate and actually find a way that works for you. The other remarkable thing about this video and this movie in particular is the model that they present, the AIDA model. A. Attention. I. Interest. D. Decision. A. Action. So whenever you want to sell something, you need to understand this. Your prospect is living in his or her world. What you need to do and what your, for example, sales pitch needs to accomplish is that in the first few moments of the communication, you need to take your prospect out of his or her world and into yours. You need to be able to successfully call his attention and draw that attention to what you are saying. It's really important that you're able to capture his attention and actually make the prospect want to hear out everything that you have to say. How are you going to do that? Think about that. How is your strategy in terms of grabbing your prospect's attention? Of course, I'm gonna show you exactly how to grab your prospect attention and the different ways that you can do this. But think about this for a minute. If you were to sell something to someone, to your prospect, right now, how would you grab his or her attention? How would you do that? Do you understand actually the need you have to capture your prospect's attention? Do you understand how important this is? Remember, the old brain actually only cares about what you say in the beginning and in the end. So in the beginning you call your prospects' attention, and in the end you drive your prospects towards converting or closing a sale. So how are you going to call your prospect's attention? What are you going to say to him or her that will want that person to actually keep on listening to what you have to say? Think about this. After we grab our prospect's attention, we need to actually be able to keep that attention throughout the sales pitch. This is done by sparking his or her interest. Drawing in attention is one thing, but keeping that attention is a completely different one. What will you do, and most importantly, what will you show your prospects that will have them actually being interested in what you're saying? One way you can spark their interest is by showing them a different solution to a problem that they might have. If you're creating a sales page for your product, you might as well consider, for example, adding a lot of images and pictures in order for your reader not to have to read everything. You might use a video to explain the features of your product, or there are many different ways in which you can ignite and keep the interest of your prospect buyers. Basically, what you need to figure out is how you will hook your prospect buyers into actually listening to what you have to say throughout the rest of your pitch. One of the best ways to actually keep your prospect interest is to show them proof that your product works. As we spoke about this before in the proving value video, you need to be able to show people, for example, testimonials, screenshots, demos, offer them free trials. These are the things that hook the prospect buyer into wanting to hear the rest of your message, because this way they already have the proof they need in order to know that your product actually works. So, we first have attention when we draw in our prospect's attention from out of his or her world and into ours. Then we need to find a way to keep that attention by sparking their interest by, for example, showing them proof that our product, service, or offer actually works. And then we need to move to the third factor, decision. Here, we need our prospect buyers to actually make a conscious choice. They need to make a choice not if they want to buy your product or not, but the choice goes much deeper and it appeals to the old brain in a sense that this choice is based on emotional factors. Basically, you need to show them two doors. In the first door, they do not listen to you, they keep on living with their daily lives, and they go back to their daily routines. They basically end up in the same place. They are not able to solve their problems, and you need to actually let them know that they are not taking a good decision. You do not need to tell them that like literally, but you need to make them understand that if they don't listen to you and what you're offering them, they will end up in the same place that they started and their lives wouldn't advance one bit. However, if they decide to listen to you, there's a completely different story for them. Their lives will be able to change as your product, service, or offer will be able to solve any problem that they might have had. Let me tell you a really quick example. I was on this website once and a lightbox came out and offered me a free trial. So one of the options was I could enter my name and email and I would be part of this website and I would have a 30-day trial. That was option number one. Option number two was a little black box down below that says, "No thanks, I don't like free stuff." Everyone loves free stuff, so why would that website say that? No thanks, I don't like free stuff. See how one option actually tells them that how they can solve a problem that they might have, and the other one actually states in a real clear and simple way that if we don't listen to them, if we don't actually take the advice and we don't opt in into what we are being offered, we will end up in the same spot where we started. We would have no advancement whatsoever in our lives. So when you force your prospect buyers into making a decision, not if they want to buy your product or not, but if they want to continue living their lives as they have until this point, or if they will take the chance that you are giving them a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to solve their problems and improve your lives. You're not offering them any product. You're just telling them if they want to carry on with their lives as they have until this point, or they want to take a 180 turn and actually change their lives for the good. If you're able to walk them through this decision, to guide them through making this choice, then when the time comes for them to actually say, yes, I want to buy, or no, I don't want to buy, then the choice is already made for them. And that takes us to the fourth and last factor, action. If you're able to take their attention from their world and into yours, you're able to spark their interest by showing proof that your product works, then you're able to actually make them make a choice, a decision that they want to change their lives for the good by listening to you. Then this fourth step, the action part, is already taken care of, because all of the factors that came before it are actually planned and thought for the prospect buyers to actually say yes to your product, service, or offer. The only action that they need to do right now is to actually click the buy now button. And if you were able to trigger all of the mechanisms inside the prospect's brain correctly, then this choice is already made for them. And this is where the magic of the aida model comes in. This is why the ABC, always be converting thing, works so well. If you're able to actually grab your prospect's attention, spark their interest, make them make a choice whether or not they want to continue living their lives or they want to change for the good, then when the time comes for them to make a purchase decision, then it will be really easy for them to say, yes, I want in. Because the whole model, the whole aida model, is designed towards your prospects taking action. And that's all you need to boost your conversions.